all out around this area, I'm just going to lock in some profits. So you could see the price is approaching. We're locking in some profits just in case, because it could reject this area and it could sell off. Welcome everyone to a new educational video where I'm going to explain to you one of the advanced strategies, which is playing support and resistance levels. It might sound like a simple strategy because all you have to find is a level to play a bounce from. However, looking for the right level is the difficult part when you're playing support and resistance, and you always need to use multiple time frame analysis when you do that. You can see an example of how I trade support and resistance levels right here. To find the right stock, usually we need to pay close attention to the daily level, 60-minute chart and the 5-minute chart. However, to play these bounces from support and resistance levels, you don't always need a beautiful daily chart or a clean daily chart. You need a clean level, and looking at the 60-minute chart, you can see that there is a strong level of resistance that held multiple times before finally it started looking as a level of support. Now you can see that around 127.50ish is a clean level that I can play the bounce from. But that's a little bit of a wide area, because on the daily chart, sometimes, or on the 60-minute chart, sometimes we wick below the level, sometimes we bounce before we reach the level, and the zone is a little bit too wide. That's why I switch and I take a look at a smaller time frame, which is the 5-minute chart. And on the 5-minute chart, I can see that there is an even better level, which is $128, and that is the previous day close. Previous day close is a significant level that usually holds to the penny, especially if it's supported by even a better or by levels from the past, like we saw there on the 60-minute chart. Finally, I mark that level and I go to an even smaller time frame, which is the 1-minute chart. I wait for the market to open, I see how the price reacts around the level, and then I execute my trade. Let's go to Trading Terminal, replay feature, to show you how exactly I executed this trade and what I could have done better to manage this trade even better. We're waiting for coin to open. There it is. And we wait and see what exactly is going to happen around $128 area. Sometimes it is really useful, by the way, to have the time and sales opened if you are reading the tape, to see asks, for example, jumping in a lot of green, or to see that the level of support is holding. For me, it is enough to see that the price got closer to $128, it rejected it, and it came back to green. That's where I started establishing my position to the long side. Now, regarding the stop loss, you could do one of the two. You either use the low of the entry candle or you use the previous low. Obviously, this is not the end, because maximizing the profits should always be implemented, and you should always add to your position by moving your stop loss. I'm looking now at the 2nd minute, and I see that the 2nd minute tried to sell off, but it sold off even less than the 1st minute. And again, it's getting both back up. So you see, we sell off, we don't even go to the low, and we get both back up, and we break the 1-minute high, or the previous 1-minute candle, which means that this is a 1-minute open range breakout where you could add to your position and you could move your stop loss to the low of the previous candle or the low of the body. After that, it's risk management. Personally, for me, I would mark this level up here. That's the pre-market high, and I would love to take a partial up here if the price is going to approach this area, or if the price is going to approach this level. I'm not going to exit all out around this area, I'm just going to lock in some profits. So you could see the price is approaching, we're locking in some profits just in case, because it could reject this area and it could sell off. Now we're breaking the area, we're going even higher, closer to $131 round number. You could always lock in some profits. Unfortunately, because I'm replaying it at a higher speed, I was not fast enough to partial anything right there. Now we're looking for an ad, and for an ad, we're looking for a bull flag or a bear flag or an ABCD pattern. That's something that I could have done better when I was managing my trade. I could see that my previous entry around here, which is also a level from the pre-market, is acting as a level of support. After confirming that the level is holding, you could add to your position and you could move your stop loss to the low of the new consolidation. There is no longer any need for my stop loss to be down here like it was when I had my original entries. Now that is enough to be as a stop loss, and when the price is going in your favor, you could lock in more profits according to your risk management or according to your partialing or exit rules. So that's basically it. You could see how I got my initial entry on coin. One thing that I could have done better when I was managing my trade is adding into the position after it re-established a new level of support. To play support and resistance levels, you first need to look at the 60-minute chart or maybe the daily chart and find a zone, an area of interest that could act as a level of support and resistance after the market open. Obviously, when you're looking at levels at the higher time frames, for example the daily chart and the 60-minute chart, those zones or areas of interest are wide. You can't really play the bounce, so you need something more specific. And to find something more specific, you need to look at a smaller time frame. For example, the 1 or the 5-minute chart. If you can find a level that coincides with the area of interest that you found on a higher time frame, that's a bonus for you, and you could pay closer attention to that tiny narrow area. Wait for the market open, see how the price reacts around this level, and then execute the trade. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, share and subscribe to our channel, and I'll talk to you in the next video.